Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
YouTube. Oh boy. Let's start the video, man. Something I've been wanting to talk to for a fat minute now. Is a 9 to 5 harder than content creation? A very interesting question, I might say. Now, the reason I bring this up is because about 2 weeks ago, FaZe Clan did a debate. They did a debate on 9 to 5 workers versus streamers, which is harder. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this video was because I wanted to voice out my opinion as a small creator. Now, the thing about it though is it's a lot of speculation, all right? It's a lot of speculation. So, with this speculation, people will think that one thing is harder than the other, but how about we get some information from a person who's doing both at the same time and who's done both at the same time. Now, okay, granted, I am still a young adult. I am still putting my foot through the door. I don't have like a big corporate job. I don't have anything crazy, right? But I've worked a few heavy hitters. All right. Now, I wanted to react to that same video that FaZe Clan posted, and I'm not going to be going through the entire thing, but key points in the video, because I really think that, okay, first off, FaZe Clan obviously was trolling throughout the entire video, but there were there are valid points that were brought up as content creators, and this video is more so not just entertaining but also sort of the educational part, because some people don't really know how hard it is to be a content creator and to grow a channel as well as maintaining growth as a channel. And these big names, it can be hard to maintain this status, because one thing I wanted to bring up is how as you get big in content creation, you have to come with ideas every single day, and it's a very unstable career to get into just to begin with. So I want to watch just a couple of parts in this video and then sort of explain what it's like as myself, who is as a content creator as well as a JOB worker. All right. So starting off already, we're just gonna go straight into the video, and we're just gonna kind of like get the pieces, go to the parts that we really like need. So let's see.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is dangerous.
You would have to actually have to go to work.
Yeah, see, they were trolling this whole entire video. But let's just try to start the beginning part.
Is harder than a 9 to 5.
Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're
turns
a mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man.
All right. First off, let's talk about the type of JOBs that I have now and what I've already done. So obviously, first off, my first ever job was Foot Locker. All right. So Foot Locker, it's a very how do I explain? Foot Locker is a very hands-on type of job. You have to obviously maintain customer service, make sure that you have a great attitude throughout so that you are able to generate sales. You're trying to meet specific quotas that your manager brings in. I was just a part-time worker. While I was in school, right? So while doing this, all I would have to do, honestly, go to work, clock in, understand the shoe wall, because in the back there's stock, and then you have to make sure that you understand where everything is so that you can get the shoes out as fast as possible. So with this, it's as soon as you get to a point where you understand where everything is, it can be super easy. The only time Foot Locker was probably my most favorite job, just because, well, second favorite from my current job, but Foot Locker was my second most favorite job, just because of the fact that, first, the community there is great. I played basketball growing up, and just being a sneakerhead in general is just a fun thing to me. I just love clothes in that sense. And what's interesting about it is generating sales is not hard, especially if people are already going in there knowing what they want. But even when you're trying to sell a shoe to someone, it's honestly not that hard, as long as you ask the right questions. You have to ask, like, what is this for? What colorways do you like? Is this a gift, right? Like, these are things that are just common courtesy to ask as a worker. Now, I guess the man in the video was bringing up how, oh yeah, I have to wake up every morning, and I have to make sure that I get this done so that I can get paid, and this and that. And very true, it's a schedule. Now you are granted a schedule which will align to your life. Your schedule is aligned to whatever you tell your manager that you can work. You're supposed to do this beforehand so that your manager is aware of the days that you're available. Now, the issue that I have with this man is that he brings up how it like he feels like he's slaving away, and yet you're guaranteed pay. You yourself have created a schedule for you. You've created yourself a schedule of the times that you want to work. You have, like, as a worker, you're supposed to make this clear with your manager to begin with. So I think first off, timing. A job is easy for you, or a job reset. A job has set pay. You understand the pay that you're getting as soon as you start, and then the timing, it's all up to you, because you're the one who tells your manager the days that you're able to clock in and the days that you can even fill in for other people. That's all up to you. However, with a content creator, like content creation, that's 24/7. The way that Lacey said, it's really hard. It honestly is really hard. I've posted about 10 videos now. I think almost 11. I think I posted 10 or 11 videos. And each time I've made a video, it's not consistent. Like the day, like, it's all on you. And I'm making no money from content creation right now. I'm making videos purely for the love of it right now. Trying to grow my brand, like my branding as a YouTube creator, or just as a content creator in general. Just trying to, I'm in the works of building it up, and it's hard. It really is hard. I would be lying if I didn't say that. I'd be lying if I said that editing videos all by myself, coming up with ideas for videos, like, it's very hard. This video itself, I didn't come up with until the last second. I was gonna be reacting to 2 more music videos, and I'm like, I'm not just a music video reactor. I want to do more than that, So just the idea of not having not having a schedule that's implemented for you immediately when you start as a content creator, it's very, very hard. So I feel like work a job 9 to 5, you have a set schedule and you have set pay. Content creation in the beginning, that the schedule, that's you have to create the schedule yourself, and the pay, that's up in the air. Honestly, that's up in the air, because with with standard jobs and what's the word, like jobs that are easy to get for a lot of pay. Like Foot Locker, I got paid $15 an hour, and that was right after high school, and I made I made pretty good money, right? Because I would pick up a lot of shifts, and this was also during school. Now imagine if I didn't have school, then even more so, it would have been great. But content creation right now is one of the hardest hobbies I've ever done. And just trying to create good videos and trying to improve each and every time that I make a video is extremely hard. So I want to go back into the video and see what other debates that we can bring up.
I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to.
That's another thing. If you get treated like shit, it's not because of you, not because of your job. It's possibly just because of you. And even at that, as a content creator, as a content creator, I haven't experienced it yet because I haven't got to that point where people will start, I guess, hating for no reason or just making fun for no reason. But content creators, from what I've seen, they are exposed to every single nitpicky comment in the entire world. And it like, maybe it's not in their face at the moment, but who's to say that a comment on your phone isn't in your face compared to a person in your face being crappy to you? So, like, no matter, either or, I'm not saying that working a 9 to 5 is easy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm more so saying that you can't just think that working a 9 to 5 is going to be just as shitty, if not worse, than, or you can't just say working a 9 to 5 is easier just because you get treated like shit at your job. Because at the end of the day, content creators, huge content creators, are dealt with backlash every single day. Like, yeah, like it's just hard.
Have to deal with thousands, tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to
I
go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the
the
next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day,
God, I have
and
to
got
stream
dogs,
today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass.
And you have
See, so this is where I feel like it's just a joke. Like this is where the content creation part is coming at, right? Because you're bringing in these people who are trying to obviously rage bait the character or FaZe Clan, but like he like the man brought valid points up, and yeah, it's not debunked. Like certain jobs are bad, and obviously the people who you work with also plays a crucial role. So at the end of the day, 9 to 5 and content creation, it's still very hard, but I would still say that content creation is harder just by the fact that I work both a job and content creating at the same time, and I could definitely say content creation extremely hard. But let's continue.
you have
every
lunch
day.
breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy
I wish I
24/7.
could be at home like you
Very
and kick
true.
back and get paid
I don't
big
even. We're
money.
not even at home. We're walking
Man.
around. So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day,
We
too.
deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
We can't. I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is of a life.
Isn't that
That is
special?
Yeah, so like I said, rage baiting, both sides. But yeah, again, it's the schedule part. For 15 years, she's dealt with having to wake up at incredibly early hours, which, yes, it can be very hard. It can be very hard. And sometimes life brings up these scenarios and circumstances where you can't really do much about it. So I do understand where it's coming from. My even my father, he had to wake up at like 4 a.m. for like 2 months straight for I'm not gonna disclose what he does, but just for his job itself, and it took a very big toll on him, and it's hard. Like as a worker, you're expected to make these hours. So I understand when it comes to, workers have this set time when they have to work. They have their set periods, and they feel like it can be hard to continuously do it over and over and over. And then they will make the argument that it's easier to be a content creator because you have the freedom to decide when you want to create. So yes, it really like jumbles, it really like goes in between these two, but it's very true. It's very true that both have valid points. It's very valid.
Difficult.
I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to find one more part. I believe. Let's go to the most replayed. Let's see.
The work is picking up a phone or turning on the camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that,
No. Let me hear me out. Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Okay. I just skipped to a random part, but I guess it was talking about camaraderie. So that was something I was talking about earlier. I've built very long-lasting relationships with people when I worked at Foot Locker, and I think that they really got me through because, let's be honest, the manager that I had wasn't the best. All right, I won't say much more on that, but it would be really hard to come in at times. And my coworkers themselves, they really, boosted my confidence, like made me want to be there on days that I didn't want to be there. Now, not everyone has the ability to make friends, which is totally valid. It's understandable. It's not easy. Talking to people is a very hard skill. And when you go into these jobs, here, let me take off my headphones. When going into these jobs, you're unaware of who you're going into work with, and you're unaware of the type of environment that you're around until you finally get into it. And having people and coworkers and just like people who understand what you're going through is very important when working a job. Same with content creation. Now, I'm so blessed to have a girlfriend who actually understands what I'm going through. She herself might not be on YouTube, but she understands content creation itself and has helped me so much. So when breaking down this video, it was honestly just the timing, the pay, and just the mental aspect. Mental aspect, you at work, if you're able to, you can create these relationships with your coworkers, and because you both are going through the same things, and maybe you don't see eye to eye with most of your coworkers, or maybe you do, who knows? Like, it depends on you as a person, and it depends on them as a person. And that's the same as content creation. You are by yourself in the beginning, and as you're building up, you start to meet more people, and you start to realize, oh, we're in the same boat. So I guess it's kind of the same from a 9-to-5 and a streamer in terms of mental. Hours, we were talking about hours. Hourly, 9-to-5s obviously have a set hours, and like I said, with the managers themselves, they have to tell them their availability. However, with content creation, your availability is literally up in the air. You don't know, and it's up to you to create that schedule for yourself. And then finally, pay. Pay is set with your job. The amount of work that you do is the amount of pay that you get, dependent on how hard the job is. And with content creation, me right now, zero, nada. I'm making nothing. I'm doing this all because of the love for content creation and for video making and for editing, and because I just want to grow as a creator. And I think that this is great. It's really fun. Content creation is not for the faint of heart. This is a really, really hard thing, and as a small creator, I can say that just because I've started to grow the consistency of making these videos, but it's hard. It really is. And I don't want this to be a video to discourage either side. I'm not saying that one is harder, or I'm not saying that I'm not trying to lessen the value and the hard work that each person does on content creation and 9 to 5 work. It's hard. It honestly really is. So at the end of the day, I will say that content creation is harder. It honestly is, personally, because I'm not getting paid at all for this. I don't have a schedule set for me of hours to go in. I have to create that myself, and I have to set time aside for all these other things while I make these videos. And then my mental, granted, I have a good life. I honestly do, and I'm very fortunate for that. So I guess my mental state is already really good. It's just the idea of making the videos, because I can be very, very tired and I don't know what to do, and I have trouble like even starting making videos. So at the end of the day, I would just say that content creation is harder. Not knocking 9 to 5 workers, because I understand how hard you guys work. I've been in fields. I've met a lot of people in business, and I understand that it can take a very physical and mental toll. So at the end of the day, 9 to 5 and content creation are both hard in their own senses. And I just want to say that you can disagree, agree to disagree, and bring up comments, go in the comments and tell me why you disagree. I would love to hear it. But I do feel like content creation really is harder. So that's the end of the video. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm gonna try to get more active on Instagram. You can follow me at @TheRealHendrix. And then I hope y'all have a good one. All right, Hendrix out.